Hello, everybody. Happy Pride. It's June. That's right. Everyone, go give a gay person money right now. That's the rule. Hello. Hi, everybody. So good to see all of you. Hello on this Pride Month. And that's right. Once again, I'm keeping you all hostage. June doesn't end until I have a wife. So let's go. Ah!
Oh! I'm giving you money.
Ah! Thank you. Thank you. Jay, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for, oh my god, 80 months. What do you mean? Thank you so much. And Helen, thank you for the 450 biddies. Also, Campbell, oh my god. 5 years? 5 years? Bananas. Hello.
What? No. Oh my god. What? Paid.
Have you ever heard scientific evidence that you're gay? Mr. E, thank you so much for 5,000 biddies and the tier 3. Holy crap. So that's a level 4 hype train. Happy Pride, I guess. Thank you. Oh my god. Hello. Hi, Adriana. Hey, happy Pride. Man, I love lesbians. Shout out lesbians, truly. Just holding it down for the whole community since the beginning of time, truly. You're a pillar of the community, lesbians. We are so up, literally. Hi, Nico. How are you? Oh, man. Lord Gugu, good to see you. Hi, Bucket. Hi, Duke. Hello, friends. Hi, Azrufer. Hi, Gugus. Hi, Before Dawn. How are we? Mama called you a useless lesbian this morning. It's your right to be useless this month. You think you need to be a lesbian contributing to society any more than you are by existing in June? No. No. Adriana, don't side-eye her right now. Adriana, now is not the time. And gay guys. Yeah, true. Literally... the entire alphabet, the LG, the B, the T, Q, the I, the A, the plus. How many letters are there? Does anyone know off the top of their head? That plus is so ambiguous. I mean, everyone, truly. 26. It would be really funny if everyone was like, straight people in June, you have to do all 26 letters of the alphabet. There's one for all of them. Yeah, depends on the language. That's true. And then we get into the complicated situation where it's like sometimes there's like a little squiggle on some of them, or like a little thing underneath. So like, where do we land then? For sure. Aw, Helen. Thank you for the 5-stream streak. Hi, Bray. And what about, like, the phonetic alphabet? Things that are simply just sounds. What about those? Have we considered? Anyways, hello. Couple days off of stream here. We obviously, yesterday had the first Sunstrike premiere. And it went great. I opened a few packs from a booster box during the stream, but I did not get to open the whole thing. So I figure here at the beginning of stream, we could open the rest of it. See if there's anything in this one, because so far I haven't even gotten a full art. Your gender is K? Yeah. Sure, I'll allow it. We should open another Frostfall. We should set goals. We should set goals for those. I think that would be fun. What I need to do, I had for the longest time, where is it? This, if that tells you how long it's been since I've reset the goal. But for the longest time, every 5 subs, we were doing like a pack sort of situation. So I think like bringing that back could be fun in some capacity. I'll have to remember how the hell to access the website that resets it. I'm not good at my job. I don't know what's going on. Also, chat. I got this when I was in Zion. What do we think? The entire time I was looking for like, I love getting merch anytime that I'm in a national park. That's just how I like to remember it. I like getting a little t-shirt or a cozy little like crew neck. This one, I looked in so many places and just like none of them sparked joy. None of them were quite right. This was the last place that I visited. I visited it on my last day in the park, just sort of like as I was leaving the park. I was like, you know what? Why don't I check this one out? Ooh, I got the dish guy. Thank you all so much for a hype train. I appreciate you. You wear your Red Rock shirt all the time. You love that color. Honestly, the like national park or state park or national monument or whatever it may be merch is so, that's like that. If I'm just around the house or I'm going and running errands, I live in this stuff. Anyways, I was missing Zion today. So I I decided to wear this one. Good morning, Renee. How are you? It's good to see you. Hello. About to get back to work. Just wanted to stop and say, oh, thank you, friend. I hope that you have a good time at work. Thank you for stopping by. You're very sweet. And yeah, we'll see you again soon, hopefully. They stay with the earth tones. Your boy looks good in those. True. Yes. You're EP at work. Oh, I'm also EP at work right now. I almost took so many naps today. I was reading my little book. I read 2 chapters today, and I fell asleep in my rocking chair multiple times. I was very sleepy, and I kept going like, oh, which I did read. So the 2 chapters that I read, one of them was interesting. I think some of it, this book that I'm reading, I'm gonna go get it. We're gonna have like a little book club conversation. And for the purpose of the conversation, I'm gonna have the book. One sec. Okay. So, you bought your Frostball boxes today? Hello? Let's go! Oh my god. Chat, do I buy more boxes? No, I gotta work through my product. I gotta work. Maybe I buy more boxes. I don't know where I'm at. Oh my gosh. Adriana, thank you so much for using my Illustrial store link. Anytime y'all want to get any sort of Illustrials product, anything, you can use my link. Literally, all you gotta do, if you don't have it, you can come to the Twitch chat even when I'm not live. ! Illustrials. It's right there. Gives me a little percentage of it. I get a little kickback. It helps you girl out. So if you want to get some cards and help me out. Dialects! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 74 months. But also, like, you're very sweet, and thank you so much. And I hope that you have a good time at work. Thank you. Blazer K Slade once again. I was wearing a new shirt that I got. I got it at at Abercrombie actually when my mom was here, and I had gotten it for the premieres so that I could wear it under. And I thought it looked cute with the blazer, the little like flowers. You got the Hera Aeolus starter decks. I swear to God, if you pull the Quackle, I'm gonna be so happy for you. No, I hope that you pull crazy, truly. Okay, so book I've been reading. I'm a little over halfway done at this point. It's been quite a journey. I have a lot of thoughts. The book is Desert Solitaire by Edward Abbey. Your dad probably likes this book. That is the vibe of this book. I am reading this book because my dad loves this book. And it was published in the 1960s. Edward Abbey, the author, was born in the 1920s. So he's dead now, old as hell. And one thing that I will say is this person is a very specific type of person. A lot of this book is very much like Old Man Yells at Cloud coded. But yells at Cloud beautifully. Like, will yell at Cloud and then describe Cloud in just like the most lovely prose that you've ever read. A lot of his views that he expresses, again, this was published in the 1960s. A lot of the views that he expresses are quite progressive, especially when it comes to the environment and preservation. It is also, at times, misogynistic, a little racist on occasion, which is a little interesting because a lot of it comes from a good place. At least this is my interpretation. Is it comes from like, one, he would have been very progressive for the time. Not that I necessarily love to give that qualification to people. There are certain things that he says that it's just like, I don't think that you can say that, sir. And a lot of it is about his time. I mean, his Desert Solitaire is about his time alone in the desert. And a lot of it is like having, I mean, like with so many things with men, right? A lot of this is ripped straight from his journals that he kept at the time, letters that he wrote to himself. And a lot of realizations about the world and how we connect to each other that girls have in their bedrooms at 11 years old, right? That being said, there are some ideas that he's presented in this that have genuinely made me think things about environmentalism, about our approach to commercial tourism that have been very interesting. Things about like, what are we owed when it comes to the land and accessibility to it, and what do we owe the land back? That's been very interesting. I'm someone who is very passionate about the environment. I mean, my grandpa was a park ranger and a science teacher. My dad is a professor of behavioral ecology, biology, teaches ornithology because he just has the bird autism and they let him do it. And he's a genius. But, also a lot of this has made me feel like I understand my dad more. Again, this is from a perspective of this man who spent 3 years collectively as the like park ranger of Arches National Monument. And the time that he spent alone there. And one thing that I felt in reading this was, one, I understand why my dad loves this book. 2, I think that this is the kind of life that my dad would have lived if he didn't have children. I think that this is clearly like, the male fantasy is so interesting. And so much of this, I'm like, don't say bautism. Don't don't say that. Hi, Kevin. How are you? Um, and sort of like I think that he fancies himself to be sort of like this, and a lot of the ideas that I've heard my dad express, not the problematic ones. Thank God, my dad is quite a progressive man. Um, a lot of them are very similar to things that are being expressed in this book, and it's been interesting to feel a little bit like bonded to my dad through that, even though like we've had one conversation about this book. I told him in our last phone call that I had started it. At the time I was probably like 50-60 pages in, so not super significant, but enough to like have, you know, dip my little toesies in. And one of the things my dad did say was like, you know, there's some things that you have to read and look past, and you gotta evolve from it. And and you know, fair enough. I was happy to hear my dad say that. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was a little sigh of relief when he told me that. But like that being said, I just read a chapter that when I bought this book, um, I bought it at Zion because I'd been meaning to read it for a long time because my dad told me about it a few years back, and it was just sort of on my mental TBR. I saw it in the park store at Zion National Park, and I was like, you know what? What better place to get it than like somewhere where me buying it directly supports the national park. I'm in the desert. Uh, Literally, he talks about Zion a little bit in this, so it was kind of like a moment for me. I do want to plan a trip out to Arches National Monument when I finish this book, even though he explicitly states that the intention of this book is to not make people go. He doesn't want people to go. Unfortunately, he's made it sound so beautiful and so interesting that I'm going. Sorry, Mr. Abbey. But um, so when I bought it at the park, I was checking out at the checkout line, and the guy, the park ranger who was buying this book, who's you know, checking out the book for me. You look gay. Thank you. It's because I am. You owe me money, by the way, Kronos. Happy June. Anyways, so as I was buying it, he was like, have you read this book before? And for what? Chat, I can't. How do you explain this? Anyways, so as I was buying it, he was like, have you read it before? And I said, no, it was recommended to me by my dad. I've been meaning to read the book for a long time. And I saw it here and decided to get it. And he specifically said, I really love this book. There's one chapter in particular called Water. He said, I use this chapter when I teach some of the outreach classes here, which is, it's very interesting. I really like the opening to this, because it's talking about an interaction that he had. Oh, oh.
You do look so gay right now. Streaming right now. Kay, happy Pride Month. Thank you so much for being one of the most sweetest humans in existence.
Aw,
I love you so much, and
spooky.
you deserve every bit of happiness. Caker love, caker bark, caker hug, caker pride.
Spooky. Thank you so much. Oh, you don't hear the TTS part? Oh, so we're just sitting in silence while I listen? Cool. Great. Thank you for telling me that. I had no idea. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 26 months in a row. Thank you for your sweet message. I appreciate you so much. While you giggle, yeah, it is. Oh, it's endearing. Okay, it's not just like awkward while we're sitting here. Cool. So the opening part of this chapter, is about an interaction that he has with a tourist from Ohio, who showed up and was basically just like, this place would be great if you had more water here. And Edward Abbey responded with like, this place wouldn't be this place if there was water here. And he was like, well, you know, it's beautiful country. I'd consider moving out to this place if there was more water here. And he was like, I think it's great because I wouldn't want you to live here. Thank God there's not water here. And he was like, well, no, I just mean that like we could really, you know, people would probably want to live out here if it wasn't so hostile and uninviting. And he was like, if we had water here, it would be like Cleveland, sir, where you're from. I'm perfectly content for this place to not be Cleveland. And the man was just like, well, you know, I'm perfectly content to go back to Cleveland when we're done here. And he said a line that I really appreciate. It was, we shake hands and the tourist from Ohio goes away pleased, as I am pleased, each of us thinking he has taught the other something new. And, you know, I liked that whole interaction, and also like I think it sums up so much of the bids for connection that we try to make with people, where we think that we're making some sort of impact because from our perspective we know that we have our points, we know that we're right, and of course all we ever want to do as humans is like to find shared ground, common ground, or like bring people over to our side and have that kind of you know, whatever connection we can manage through shared experience or shared opinion or thought. And how oftentimes it is instead just two people butting heads and then leaving being like, yeah, I think you'll be thinking about that one. You know what I mean? And anyways, the rest of the chapter ended up being really interesting, and sort of like the relationship between the desert and water, and you know, what that means for the area and for the people who have lived there, the people who left hundreds of years ago, and the people who still insist on being there despite you know, the way that the world changes and the things that become obsolete and the lifestyles that we can no longer lead because of the world that we exist in. Hi, Rebestie! Okay, so apparently you guys can't hear this. I am, however, listening to it. Happy 82 months to you, Rebestie.
You continue to be one of the best things that ever happened to me, and I will forever cherish you and your friendship.
You're one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I love you. Not this. No way. Thank you for 82 months. Almost 7 years of friendship is bonkers. I cannot believe the time, and also like the people that we were then versus now. And also I love you and I miss you and I'm so proud of you every day. Yeah, no tops here for sure. For sure. This is a kaycreigh stream. The previous chapters, it was, so the last two chapters, one was Cowboys and Indians, the second one was Cowboys and Indians 2. First one focusing on cowboys, second one focusing on Indians, which was the correct term at the time, I suppose. There were some takes in those chapters and some ways that he spoke about people that it's like, I don't think you can talk about people that way. But like also you can tell that like he respects people and cultures and like views everyone as equal and makes a point to talk about like the knowledge and wisdom that we don't acknowledge in like other cultures because it doesn't look white. And I was like, you know what, for the 60s, actually, for like a white man in the 60s to be saying something like that, you know, sure, you know, basic human decency, but also like, okay, grandpa, you know. Oh my gosh, Q, by the way, happy belated birthday. I hope that you had the best day. Everyone wish Q a happy birthday. It is time to do crime and be gay, and thank God it could not have come at a better time. But It's interesting because like one thing that this book has left me feeling is like a great sense of like missing a time that I never knew. This time when like the park system was still being developed and a lot of these places were very wild still, and like only people who truly wanted adventure and truly wanted to get out there and inconvenience themselves and get away from things were the ones engaging with these, which I have my own opinions about the commercial tourism of the national parks. I mean, you know, I can't say shit for sure, but um, I I don't know. I feel this like desire to have seen things wild, and him sort of being at the precipice of like there was a scene in this where two people from the government were out in a jeep marking trails and planning out a road that was going to go through Arches National Monument, and Mr. Abbey walked the trail that night and like picked up all of the markers and everything, and he was like, you know, it's not going to stop progress, but it felt good in the moment. And so like I feel the dread that he has, but also having to have the acceptance of like, I mean, it's happened, we've developed our parks, right? um and he even was talking about it, and it's so funny because it's like the things that we think and feel and the things that we have struggled with stay so consistent over time, because he's even talking about like how Yosemite is a shit show. Yosemite is still a shit show, and currently it's an extra shitty shit show because they just got rid of a lot of the reservation systems at Yosemite, and so it's like not even navigable or enjoyable, and you can't get away from people. I mean, when I was in Zion, I was very rarely alone in the park, and I was very rarely away from sound. The only real time that was the case was when I was doing this one hike. Admittedly, so it was I forget the name of it. It was like sand bank something. I don't remember, but it was this loop. It was a 4 mile loop, and it was this portion that was like uphill in the sand, and it in the desert heat, and it was gorgeous. It's called the Court of the Patriarchs. Unfortunately, that is what it is called. Damn it, the Mormons have been there. But it was gorgeous. Like, it was any time that I actually managed to take a second and look up and look around. Um, it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. But the only people that I was the only reason that I was the only one there is because it sucked. I remember there are so many things that I've done in my life of being a hiker and a lover of the outdoors that I experience it, and the takeaway is I'm really glad I did it. I'm never gonna do that shit again. That trail is one. People do that trail on horseback, and I would do that if I took someone out there and they wanted to do that trail. I would say the horse is doing the work for us because I'm not walking that shit again. Also, Dangy, hello. It is because it is June. But also I think that it's always reasonable to be gay and do crime. I think that that's always acceptable. Um, Zion and others now charge money for international visitors. I has that not always been the case? Right? Or like, do you have to pay extra if you're not American? Oh, I see. You have to pay extra. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that's perfectly fine. And like, I have been a yearly national park pass holder for many years now. I actually had to get my current one before I cannot before the one that they put Trump's face on. I went in, I renewed mine. I'd been holding on to the last one that I had because it was technically expired, but no one was calling me on it. And so I was just like, I mean, if no one's going to call me on it. But I proactively went ahead and was like, bite the bullet, get the new one. That way I can get it with the damn bird instead of that fuck ass man's face on it, who is actively destroying the parks but in time. Anyways, so all of this is to say, this has been a very enjoyable book as someone who doesn't normally read nonfiction. It helps that it's about something that I personally love, that I personally have a lot of experience with. It's given me a new appreciation for where I live in the desert, and seeing a lot of the beauty in it that possibly I looked at as just sort of like inconvenience before. And on top of that, interesting takes on the commercialization and tourism and national parks, national monuments in our meant to be wild lands, and the way that someone else views humanity who is truly indifferent to people and just loves being outside. I mean, it is Old Man Yells at Cloud. But it's been really enjoyable so far. I'm a little over halfway through, so I still have plenty of stuff to read. I actually was looking into it because I've been trying to like really in-depth engage with the text, where like if he mentions a plant that I don't recognize, or like a specific location or a specific like river or something, like I'll look it up and I want to be able to like fully engage with the text and learn from it as I'm doing it. And one of the things that I looked up, he told this story that it's like, this is a story about a man who came here, and it's been told so many different times by so many different people, and through the game of telephone, a lot of the details have been muddied and lost. But this is to the best of my understanding, the story as it is, and it was about a man who went out to try and make money mining uranium. That was a big thing that happened in that area around Utah around the time that we were dropping atomic bombs on people. And so out of curiosity, I was like, is this purely fiction? Is this actually based in some sort of whatever? So I looked up the name of that guy, and a lot of it was people doing sort of like analysis on this book and the story. One of the things being an article that I found that was written in response to, so there is a bookstore in Moab, Utah that was opened after Edward Abbey's passing. And I marked it as a location to visit. I really want to go out to visit this place. It seems quirky and cool and funky, and I wanted to go out there anyways when I finish the book. Not in the summer. I don't want to go out there in the summer. So it's named after a reference to one of his novels. It's called Back of Beyond Bookstore. It's in Moab, Utah. Anyway, so they had like a 30th or a 50th anniversary of either this book or him, something. I don't remember. But for that, a woman, and this is like this is kind of tea. So hang on. Back of Beyond Bookstore. Let me see if I can find this article again. Let me see. Possibly in news. Yeah. Okay. That was the name of this book that was written. So, have you ever had scientific evidence that you're a gay?
I
Hey! Oh my god, gosh, Jake, how are you? Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 9 months. Oh my gosh, that's a sub, baby. Hello. Nintendo, hey, you know what? Reading is one of those things that I think could be for everyone. One, it's a skill, and I don't just mean like literacy. I mean like the actual act of reading. It takes practice, the focus involved, as well as, of course, like the way that we all choose to engage with books, whether it's like sort of a surface level enjoyment of the story, which is perfectly fine and perfectly valid, or if you want to sort of like the like reading comprehension, more English class, engage with like whatever it has to say. I mean, everyone's different, but I think that everyone has a way that they can engage with books that they will enjoy, even if it doesn't look like the way that I personally engage with them. So I was looking it up, and I saw that at this bookstore during this anniversary celebration, there was a novel that was published in response to this book after Edward Abbey's death. It's called Desert Cabal, A New Season in the Wilderness by a woman named Amy Irvine. And a lot of people seem to have taken a lot of issue with this because it is written as, you know, she's a woman who grew up admiring this man and a lot of his work and a lot of the things that he stood for. But it's also a bit of a manifesto in that it's sort of calling out the dated ideology in the book, the sort of white man-centric views on the world that are presented in this book, and especially a lot of it coming from a place of like, this is a time when the parks were a boys' club, and we didn't have women, and the way that he speaks about women in this is sort of like not as human as the way that he speaks about the men that he tells stories about and interacts with in these is called into question, and also like some of the racist views and that kind of stuff, and people took big issue with it. I'm very curious. Apparently it's a short read. It takes like an hour. I want to get this book after I finish reading this and see what it's all about, because personally I'm not sure. I want to form my own opinions. A lot of people being like, this was published at a time when like this man is dead, he can't even respond and defend himself, and there's a lot of like describing him as a womanizer and all this stuff, and it's like, I think that this is all fair conversation, even from just the little bit that I've engaged with the text. And like, I admire a lot of the views in this book. Like I said, a lot of his views on environmentalism, preservation, commercial tourism, that kind of stuff. I actually like, I've learned some things or like reevaluated some things for myself that I hadn't even thought about. And like, the book was published as a response to this, as well as like a place of admiration, but in the way that like it's important to hold certain things accountable, especially when we are still actively celebrating someone's work, and especially when like this is a book that a lot of young men find themselves in and see themselves in. And it's important to have things that challenge worldviews, because if you're just being told and just engage with things that are exactly aligned with you and your life experience and your worldview, then that's so isolating, honestly, which, you know, ironic, this is about isolation and the self-discovery in it. But, you know, it's also worth noting that the critique of the book that I saw was coming from a woman who admittedly did not know Edward Abbey personally, who grew up a large fan of him, but was married to a man who did know him personally and was good friends and literally like helped make funeral arrangements. And she stated, she was like, my husband started to read this criticism, Desert Cabal, and put the book down and just couldn't keep going. And so I, who actually stuck it out and chose to read it, am the one who is now going to be writing this response to it. And it's like, I think it told me everything that I needed to know when she posted a section about, like, she complained about Donald Trump a lot, which I thought was tiring and annoying. I don't like him either, but man, do we have to keep saying the shit that he did wrong? Like, yes, the man is actively in power and actively influencing all of our lives and the entire world. Of course, we need to talk about that, especially when we're analyzing that generation of men, even, and talking about, like, the influence of this sort of work and the effect of this sort of rhetoric when it comes to women and minorities. A lot of the conversation about border control and ICE agents and the effect on people who are native to these lands, and like ownership, and the fact that like a lot of this book is about like displacement. And while certain views are definitely like progressive for the time, I also think that a lot of them are not. Like I've mentioned that one of the previous chapters that I just read was the Cowboys and Indians Part 2. And in Cowboys and Indians Part 2, where he's focusing more on the indigenous peoples, specifically, he spoke about a couple different tribes. I think Navajo was the main one that he was talking about. And like a lot of it was like sort of deeply empathetic and talking about like, no wonder this society is struggling. No wonder like they've been stuck to these plots of land that can't sustain the population boom, and like they don't have a lot of like resources on these lands that they again have been stuck in when they used to, it was all their land, right? And even like the conclusion of it was so close to being something that was good. Like I actually enjoyed, let me find the part that I was like, you know, that's very interesting. This is where he's sort of bringing it back to the conversation about cowboys. Yeah. So here's where he's talking about like what we need to do, and in his approach basically being like, government officials don't quite understand what we need, and him talking about like one of the solutions is birth control. And it's like, oh, okay, I mean, I guess. And him even talking about like one of the issues is that a lot of politicians simply want these people to become white and like simply want to assimilate this culture into white culture and to like become just a different kind of white man, essentially. And how like that's never going to work, because at this point just the previous generation was living free in these lands and had their own culture. And you know, so we show up and expect them to conform, to engage in the society that we've forced on them, to engage in the economic system that we agree is the one of the land. And so in that way, it's like, yeah, okay, you clearly have some understanding about this. And that's actually like what he's talking about a little bit. He said, it will not be easy. It will not be easy for the Navajos to forget that once upon a time, only a generation ago, they were horsemen, nomads, keepers of flocks, painters in sand, weavers of wool, artists in silver, dancers, singers of the, and I don't want to butcher this term, so I'm simply not going to say it. But but they will have to forget, or at least learn to be ashamed of these old things and to bring them out only for the amusement of tourists. And a lot of this, like, I can read it and be like, I can tell that this is coming from a point of like critiquing the fact that this is happening, right? He says a difficult transitional period, tough on people. For instance, consider an unfortunate accident. And then he goes in to talk about like a group of men who died in a car accident. And how like through it, they had not like they didn't leave any trace of like their own culture or engaging with it, and instead like traces of this like white manification of these people, and why like that is not the right way to do to handle this situation. And I want to find the section where he talks about like the actual government approach to it, and how, oh yeah, okay. Okay, so, and what's interesting is I'm like, I think this man's a socialist, right? Because here, he's talking about like, in the long run, their economic difficulties can only be solved when and if our society as a whole is willing to make an honest effort to eliminate poverty. By honest effort, as opposed to the current dishonest effort with its emphasis on phony social services, which benefit no one but the professional social workers. I mean, a direct confrontation with the two actual basic causes of poverty. One, too many children, and here I reveal the secret, the elusive and mysterious key to the whole problem. Two, too little money. Though simple in formula, the solution will seem drastic and painful in practice. To solve the first part of the problem, we may soon have to make birth control compulsory. It's like he's so close to getting it, you know what I mean? To solve the second part, we will have to borrow from Navajo tradition and begin a more equitable sharing of national income. Politically unpalatable, no doubt. Social justice in this country means social surgery, carving some of the fat off the wide bottom of the American middle class. Again, he's so close to getting it. The middle class is not your enemy, babe. But also, like, I fear that I fear that like population control is not also that. But hey, you know what? Taking care of people. Sure, we're getting a little bit closer. This was one of the chapters where I struggled the most to be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Get a recycle Pokemon in the wastelands still, but need to make paper. So I wasn't able to get paper until I made it to the one of the last areas, because I was having trouble with the same thing, because I wanted to like do the quest with the like building out by the ocean. I would recommend making your way over to does anyone know what the name of that place is? But it's like, it's seemingly part of it. I still haven't been able to make paper, but I've at least found what I assume we give to a recycle Pokemon to make paper. So anyways, that being said, I've been really enjoying this book. I have been taking a lot of what I read with a grain of salt, or sand in this case. And like I said, I actually have learned and sort of confronted my own thoughts, opinions, and relationship with the park industry, and like have enjoyed seeing a different viewpoint of these things, and felt like there has been a lot to learn here. And there's also been a lot, I think, that he as a person could learn as well and change. And, you know, there's a lot to be said about sort of the collective social consciousness, right? That theoretically, as we move forward in time, people get better, right? Or like our definition of better, the things that we viewed as tolerable in just a couple generations are now unthinkable. There are things that we do today that in a generation or two, people are going to look back at as with the same like lens of barbaricism that we view like medieval punishment or racism, segregation, things that are way more recent in history than we're even willing to admit to ourselves. I mean, a lot of these people are still alive to this day. And I think that this is a product of that. And if you approach it with that lens, it's actually quite interesting. I think that right now we're in a period of moral decay, which makes this also very complicated because it's like, yes, I think that as a whole, people are better now. I think that we are more empathetic. We are a little more educated on certain things, but also we're in an interesting place as a country where the worst of us are being given pass to not only be not ashamed to think and feel these sorts of things that we should have outgrown as a people, but also empowered to say these things, to view these things, and also a sort of like the world owes me the comfort to view these things and also to enforce these views when it comes to, I mean, it's June, right? When it comes to the way that we have sort of regressed in terms of rights for LGBTQIA plus people, specifically emphasis on that T, right? And even a lot of like progress that we made in terms of racism has backslid in the last few years. I mean, I'm not saying that we need to do the like performative 2016 wokeism again, but I think that we need to get better and we need to mean it and we need to genuinely make an effort as a people, as a consciousness to make this world better and to improve us as a race of humans, because that's the only way that we survive, is to care about the world that we live on and in, to not continue to enable the worst of us to have power and to have a say in the way that we treat the world that we live on, the only one that we have, and also the people in it. And I think that that is something that when reading this, it's also been hard with like everything that's on the news, right? In everything that we see every day, the attack on the environment, all of these data centers. I mean, this is about Utah, and we're currently in the process of some Canadian fuck-ass billionaire who doesn't even live in this country. So how does he care as long as he can, you know, reap the benefits and pillage every bit of money that he can out of the world, because that's all they care about. They don't care about looking forward. They don't care about looking backward. They only care about themselves in the now, which unfortunately, those are the people who grab power. Those are the people who gravitate towards that sort of reach. And it's unfortunate, but there are people who are good, and there are people who want to protect these things and who do want to protect people and the world. And I can only hope, hey, you know what? Elections are coming up this month and then later in this year. And while I know I personally have lost a lot of faith and trust in the democratic process, especially considering how many things a vast majority of the people in this country disapprove of, don't want, actively vote against, speak out against, and they still happen anyways. I think it's really easy to feel discouraged, but we have to do the things that we can to still make this world better and keep us moving forward, because we can't let the worst of us be the only ones influencing the path that we're on. And anyways, I've been having a lot of thoughts with this book. All that is to say that vote, be good people, fuck Donald Trump and the billionaire class who only view this world. I mean, these people clearly never watched Pocahontas. These people clearly never really took that to heart. You know what I mean? And anyways, something I'm struggling with, and I know that a lot of people are struggling with, but I'm trying to stay hopeful. Why is my whooper on the floor? ask Kirby. Talk to Kirby about it. But you know, keep your faith. There are plenty of people that are good, have a loud group that is not, and they are getting their way for now. It'll crash one day. That is what I keep telling myself. That is what I keep reminding myself. I think that like a lot of the hopeless feeling, which is of course what they want, right? They want us to feel like there is no hope. That's not true. Part of it is that it's going to take so many years to undo so much of what is being done. But there are people, even right now, who are working towards, I mean, hey, Donald Trump doesn't get the Donald Trump John F. Kennedy Center, which, as someone who lived and worked as a performing artist in DC, who has friends who are employed at the Kennedy Center who have been crashing out because their literal source of income is tied to something that they didn't morally align with, people thinking about, do I need to quit my job? I can't, as an artist, endorse performing here. You know what? I'm very happy for my friends whose livelihoods are no longer in question, who now are going to be able to continue to work in this place and create the art that they are so good at creating. But, you know, Pocahontas is kind of offensive. Don't know much about the real girl's story, but I hate how it tries to both sides of the issue. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure the settlers were objectively in the wrong. I think when I haven't seen this in so many years, I don't remember any of the characters' names, but the man who said these white men are dangerous, I think they really cooked with that one. Obviously, like, Disney's take on historic events, right, is never going to be 100% correct. But, you know, I think the one thing we can all agree on is that Colors of the Wind, I think we can take a lot of life lessons there. Ishtar, gorgeous. Thank you. Welcome in. Floralis, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, how was your stream? How have you been? Also, Trey Pop, hello, welcome in. We were having a bit of a book club. About this book that I have been reading. It was recommended to me by my dad, and I have some conflicting takes on it, and some ways that's been making me feel, some things that feel very relevant to our current situation, and it's been great. It's been a great time. Also, Del, don't think I don't see you there. Hello, I'm okay. You know, I really do get it. And Lord Gugu, I don't think I know who that is. Current Empress of the Porcelain Throne. Are you tormenting your streamer right now? Is that what I have gotten in the middle of? Also, Mutates, hello. Soviet Hulk, hello. Welcome in. Been wanting to read more books? Same. Well, so I say that, and I truly consume an absurd amount of literature. I'm in the middle of reading the Cosmere, the Brandon Sanderson world of fantasy novels, and I took a break to read this book. I don't normally read nonfiction. I'm not a nonfiction reader, but I have been enjoying it a lot. And yeah, Sleeping Scene, this is your one day off, so I thought I'd stop by. Well, thank you for stopping by. It's so good to see you. Oh, hey, happy Pride, Nintendo! Thank you. You've been told to read Brandon Sanderson. He is excellent. He's also very Mormon, and it is funny once you know that there are signs. you can read these things, and it's funny because there are some parts in his book where I can tell that it's him not even like writing the book anymore. It's him actively struggling as a deeply intelligent man connected to the outside world with his own relationship with the cult that he's in. And I'm like, I'm sorry, was your character saying this, or is Brandon saying this? You know what I mean? But I really like Brandon Sanderson. I think that Mistborn is one of my favorite series that I've ever read. I'm reading this as a little bit of a palate cleanser before I start what is apparently one of the greatest fantasy series of all time, and that is the Stormlight Archive. I'm very excited about that one, but I was excited to read this and talk to my dad about it. It's one of his favorite books, and I'm about a little over halfway through. Oh, you read Elantris. See, that was one that so I started with Mistborn, and then I read Warbreaker, and both of those I really enjoyed. And then I got to Elantris, which is still very good, and it got to a point where I was very like invested. It just took a little bit. It just took a little bit to get going. Warbreaker is one of the shorter ones. You're probably thinking of the books from Stormlight Archive, like Way of Kings. Those things are chunky. Those are big as hell. Warbreaker was like a reasonable standalone novel about that big. I finished that in like a couple weeks. Actually, I think I finished it in like 2 weeks over a Christmas break one year. They thick with a lot of extra C's. It is a lot of C's going on. And did I get Minas Tirith yet? Who's just I will be getting Minas Tirith. That Lego set will be in my possession. I will be building Minas Tirith, yes. Also, y'all, if you are hanging out with me, I know we've been yapping about books and stuff. This has just been getting the juices flowing for me. I've been thinking a lot about things. But be sure to go drop a follow for Floralis. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for coming in here, and everyone coming in from the raid. Hello, I'm Kay. We are truly, we haven't even started the stream yet. It's been over an hour, oh my god, of me just yapping about this book. We're gonna be playing some Pokopia today. First, however, I thought we could maybe open some cards. Do we have fans of shiny cardboard here? Because I started opening this box. I do commentary for Alestrals, and yesterday was a tournament that I was commentating for, and we had time to open a few packs, but I didn't open the whole box, and I figure let's do it, you know? Let's finish the box off. So far I haven't pulled shit from this. I've gotten a couple holos, and that is it. We love Kay on the mic. I love being on the mic. I really enjoy it's been a lot of fun. And you know what? I know that you're not playing this format, but you are missed. We did talk about you multiple times. Phew. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. A holo. We did get a holo, a Heliolith, and the reverse holo, a high voltage. Okay. Thank you, Spooky. Opening a bag of chips. What kind of chips? What kind of chips do you have? The sweater's really cool. Thank you. I just got it. I spent a week. I took my RV out to Zion National Park, and I was hiking out there for a week. And I always like to get a little like t-shirt or something when I'm at a park. Woo! Okay, not even a holo, and a reverse holotoxic swarm. Honestly, Bo, totally fair on the moth format. That being said, like, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna see bans. I also think that we're gonna see it kind of drop off a little bit. It remains to be seen. We've only had one premiere, right? And it was the most represented deck, so I'm sure that there were plenty of people who had to deal with a lot of really annoying stuff. But considering it didn't really convert, in the top 16, I think we had 2 Moth players. One of them was like a Hermes player, technically. Maybe we'll see it fall off a little bit. I don't know if we're going to see it get hit with any sort of like bans. I'm genuinely very curious about how that's going to go. Vashuvatuga, speaking of, and ooh, Coliseum of Ares, reverse hollow. Oh, really, Lord Cuckoo? Oh my god. Why am I not putting these in the correct place? There we go. Oh, Nintendo, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you're doing better today, though. Towards less combo, so I might try testing more, see how I feel for the next event. I mean, I think that would be great. I think that it would be super fun to see you cook something for this. Family of Hera and a reverse hollow Celestial. Still haven't pulled shit from this box, by the way. Moth and Foss are very suffocating. Possums might also need a hit because that shit does not create healthy game states. It is interesting that 3/4 of the top 4 decks were Possum. I will say that it was a really fun day to watch. I can't speak to the enjoyment of the like play cycle, you know what I mean? But in terms of watching it, there's a lot of really dynamic gameplay. It was fun to commentate over. No two games were the same. The Possum mirror match seemed a little rough. Soviet Hulk, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. And yeah, have a good night, day, time zone. Thank you for being here. Oh, let's go! Okay, first full art. It's a Luma Veil. Oh. Okay, this is my second one. I need one more for the playset. Ooh. Ooh. I thought you said pronouns might need a hit, and I was like, whoa, that's fucked up. Man, I need a hit of pronouns for sure. In June, you think I'd be saying that shit? Hey, gamer man, what's up? How are you? Okay, BRB. Okay, Jay. Dropping 3 possums for free is too overpowering. I have a feeling it's gonna be a semi-limit, like down to 2 sort of situation. Especially the fact that it's free to cast them. That is a little crazy. I don't know if you saw the Hera Imperawat list that Gibby was playing. That one was super cool. I think it's probably a little too slow for this format, but we did see it pop off. And I mean, it won the round that we had it on there, but you gotta get up early in the morning, so be lurking while I fall asleep. No. Okay. I hope that you have some good sleep and that tomorrow goes well for you. Even 2 is really difficult to deal with. Yeah. Yeah. Reverse Hollow Twindra. That's really awesome, Lord Gugu. Okay. We're most of the way through this box. If we don't pull anything good, Pokopia... we're going to be putting the cope in Pokopia for sure. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're going to fix someone's Peepaw's mitral valve? It's insane having friends with important jobs because, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I might open a cool card tonight. I might play some Pokopia. You're out here saving lives. Hi, Vlog. Thank you. How are you doing? You might be cooking Hera. It will be Rabbit Turbo. Do I even want to know what that means? Ooh. Are you gonna play Zapossum in it? I really like Zapossum. And not just because I announced it. You is important. That's true. I'm here to keep you from losing your mind while you do the important work that you have to do. Okay, reverse hollow of the Spirit. Playing some Zelda Wind Waker on your Switch too. That sounds fun. That's something that I've been talking about doing that I think would be really fun as like a stream series, because I never played Zelda growing up, just because I did not have a mom who was on board with video games despite me really loving them. And so I really want to go through and play all of the old Zelda games and play up to like modern day. I think that'd be very fun. Love Zip, it would be great. If Chariot were still legal, you know what? I think that we should make certain cards legal if you're playing cool stuff. Like if you're being sick and awesome about it, you know what I mean? And like pure of heart in your approach to it. But I keep getting this wrong. I keep saying that the new bear is Urseer instead of Ursmog, and for some reason that just will not stick in my brain. That the new bear is Ursmog. I almost said it again. It's on GameCube app on Switch too. Ooh. Okay, good night, D. Hi, V. Power Wash Simulator is one of those that I think that if I started playing it, I'd be really into. No way! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Oh my god! That's the serialized Phosphocell Ultra Charged! Holy crap! Oh, he's beautiful. The 96 of 99. Let's go! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Hey, that's playable. We pogging? Yeah. Yeah. Every time I want a box opening, you hit a stellar. Okay, could you want a box opening every time I open cards? It's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. That's meant for the divine packs. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, wait. Are you right? I didn't even think about that. Is that the divine pack exclusive? Chad, I'm actually not supposed to have this. Oh, wait a minute. That's kind of bittersweet. Because, like, that should have been a divine pack. Wait a minute. That one and Eddie are doubled. Well, very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool. At A Drive. Now, shortly after Worlds, every Divine Pack comes with Phosphocell and Eddie instead of Phos plus Random Stellar, while Eddie and Phos appear in normal packs as well. So does that mean that there's like double of them? Celestials did say Happy Pride. So true. There's 198 of each. Sick. Sick. Awesome. I do remember that being announced. Does that mean that, okay, whoever gets the other 96 of 99 and I gotta hold hands, like we should kiss, like for sure. Who's got, I gotta know. I gotta know. They're only 99 in regular packs. That's true. So I got the less fun one. I got the one that doesn't mean that I got a divine pack. You need to find your 96 twin. I think that might be my soulmate. Genuinely. Hi, Fatty. I'm good. How are you? They legally have to propose to you. I think so. I agree. Woo. Chillalotl. Hollow. Neat. Other 96 has not been registered, so it's probably still out there. Your future wife is holding the other 96. Women, I need you to all start buying Sunstrike right now. Shout out women. I need you to go to shopalestrals.com. But specifically the kaycreigh link You have a BB in the mail. Got it for free with the caster coins. Nice. A reverse hollow family of Hera. You don't impress me much. I have a reverse stellar family of Hera. Am I married? No. I've never been married. Where are the Illustrials WLW at? Here. You went to Scotland? Oh my gosh, how was that? Where in Scotland did you go? How long were you there? What all you do? What all you see? All right, this is our last pack. Last pack before we play some Pokopia. Okay. All right, can we get a reverse stellar? No. You know, this is pretty good. Pretty good. Not the craziest box of Sunstrike that I've ever opened, but certainly not the worst. This is bonkers, and in addition to that, it is bananas. So you went golfing, went to Carnoustie and St. Andrews. Oh, well, that sounds like so much fun. Did you have a good time? Okay, let me put these here. You posted some photos of a kayak trip and said it gave off dead wife vibes. Oh, yeah, it was just because those pictures of me looked like when they put the like flashbacks of someone's dead wife. It looked like that. It rained a bit almost every day you golfed. Yeah, that sounds like the UK for sure. That does sound like the UK. All right. Let me put this here. At some point, I gotta start sorting my Sunstrike. I gotta start doing it. But no, I am not married. Nobody has had the privilege. I am a single mom who works 2 jobs though. I got my 2 children. Kirby, come here. Kirby, come here. Kirby, come here. Help your mother. Your mother's trying to talk about something. This is my daughter. This is one of my 2 daughters. Yihi Kirby. Thaddy, I fear I must reject your proposal. He says hello. He says hello. Hi, baby. We went for a nice long WALK yesterday after the premiere. And I got some very cute pictures of her at sunset. She was being a little model. Yeah. She's trying, we're both trying to train for, I'm going on a big hiking trip this summer. We're going out to Colorado, and Kirby's hitting the trail with me. So that's right. You gotta train. You gotta train. Because mommy can't carry you the whole time. She's so precious. She is actually just like the most perfect looking dog in the world. Like, what do you mean? This shit is ridiculous. How do you just look like that? Kirby, are you just so cute? Do you know how cute you are? Goodness gracious. Got so many tabs deep, I accidentally closed the window that had the Twitch stream I was watching. Well, hi. Where's my other dog? My other dog is an 18-year-old Chihuahua who is blind, deaf, and has dementia, and is currently sleeping in her little area. So she doesn't come to streams so much anymore. She used to lay on my lap basically the entire time when I streamed, but you know, that we are not in that time of her life anymore. But she's an old lady. She's an old queen. And Kirby does steal food from her, which I try and tell her is very problematic. I'm like, do you know how bad it sounds when I tell people that you steal from your blind, deaf, dementia-addled sister? Do you realize how cancelable that behavior is? And she's just deeply unconcerned. If you were actually listening, had like 50 tabs open on that window and 4 windows open, so I don't know. I didn't know it was on that window. I don't know how y'all have so many. Like, there are some people who the tab situation for them, unthinkable. Unacceptable. PlayStation Direct is at 2 p.m. PST. When? Oh, speaking of, I didn't watch the Witcher update. I know. It's tomorrow? Oh, shit. Oh, should we stream it? Do we want to stream it? We watch it together? It's tomorrow at 2? Ooh. Neighborhood of 12,000 cars. Proud of you for sorting them. Goodness. Of having 5 jobs, dude, that is wild, absolutely wild. But no, I haven't seen the Witcher trailer. Summer Games first Friday at 2 p.m. also. Oh, I know that the like wholesome games direct is coming up. I've been getting some emails about that. I don't know when that's happening. Just here tomorrow if you want YouTube stuff. Can't happen till the weekend. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I might just throw that one up on YouTube. I might see if I can, because the reaction ones aren't super time consuming. It's literally just the thumbnail that'll be a struggle. But I appreciate you letting me know. Also, like, no, that's homophobic. Decided he needs to be included. Oh my gosh, hi. Hee, hi. Okay. Let me find this. I really wanna watch the Witcher update video. State of play scheduled to be over 60 minutes. Oh, let's go. Okay, I have a lot of videos of people talking about it. Would this be from... Let me see. Videos. Live. Oh, this is over an hour. We're not gonna watch that. Okay. I'll watch that on my own. But yes, I am very excited about the Witcher 3 DLC. At some point before, because it comes out in 2027, at some point in the next year we're going to do My first ever playthrough, at least online, I've played The Witcher 3 an unspeakable number of times. It's my favorite game of all time, but I've never played it on stream. So I think that, you know, before the new DLC comes out, that would be good to play collectively. Okay. Since we're not gonna watch that, and y'all have been so patient for us to actually play the game in the category that we are currently streaming in, let me start Pokopia. How about that? Would I perhaps mod the game? So I've never played it on PC. I wouldn't be opposed to modding it. I've just never modded games in general, outside of like The Sims. Oh, that's right. We were playing Yosh. Clores. Yeah, we have not even started Pokemon. I mean, I'd definitely be down for that, Kevin. That's the main reason you play on PC is for the mods. That's what I've heard from people. And I know that Witcher 3 has some like really good ones. I've heard that there are even people who've like added extra quests and stuff, which is interesting. Me personally, because I am such a purist and because I'm a fan, I'm like, that's not canon, so. Firelight. It's a lot this month. Is there anywhere where like the dates for that are all listed so I can know when to stream them? Oh my god, finally! The Garbodor! Oh my gosh, hi mama, how are you? Oh. Oh, hi. Trash. I want to eat some trash. The crinkly stuff has a hint of sweetness and the soggy stuff just melts in your mouth with flavor. The goopy stuff is so tasty, it tingles. There was just so much more garbage everywhere back when the humans were around. We're really living in some trying times. Anyway, if you find any trash, please share it with me. Trey, I've actually never seen, or I've never played Witcher 1 and 2. I intend to do it, and actually I want to do it on stream, possibly. I started with 3. And it's literally my favorite game of all time. Look at this. I want you to start making paper. I know that we've barely spoken, and you haven't told me that you can do this, but... make some paper! Yes! Garbodor would love AI data centers. Ooh! Unfortunately, that is a problematic view. Oh, Lord Cuckoo, I'm honored. Ooh, ah. Oh, no way. Challenges. They all seem to be enjoying themselves as well. We have you to thank for that, so thank you. And that all leads me to something I'd like to ask of you. Would you like to work together with everyone to rebuild this town's Pokémon Center? I'm certain it's possible if you all work together. Could you DM that to me? If you don't mind. It may take a while, but I'll be waiting. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's someone else here to move in, but let me do all this first. That's a lot of dates. I know, right? Oh. Oh no way! Pee pee up! Okay, let's look at the new items. I'm obviously gonna buy these. Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna buy these. Yes, thank you. I'll buy this too. That's fine. Dun and dun. Thank you. You're the best. Yes, PP ups in chat. Pop wall art. You know, I'll buy that. That seems cute. That seems cute. Okay. Pop art sofa. Okay, we have a magazine rack, a little bathtub. Cute. Let's see. There's a new PP up. Let's go! Not PP up and whole. And got the expected giggles. Let's go! As long as it wasn't true horror. Oh, I can buy multiple. Ooh. 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 Little CD player. CDs nuts. Does that mean that I can actually put my CDs in there? Because, my god. Mosaic tiling. Hey, I've seen that around. Skyland house recipe set. I have a recipe set. Ooh. Ooh. Potatoes? No way! I didn't even know there were taters in this game. That's interesting. Kirby, are you wanting down, baby girl? You want down? Here you go, sweetheart. Okay. I will buy those eventually, but I don't feel like doing it now. Okay, where is... I hear the rustling. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh my god, Mama, spooky, thank you. Hi, Zeusy! How are you? I didn't even know that was an action! Ogre, thank you for the follow. Oh my god! Huh, you look human, but that's not the case, is it? Humans were once a common sight. I often used to see them around here. Where in the world could they have gone? It's much less noisy now, but I confess that I miss them a little. Almost lost my cool there. So true. That's my diva! This is literally the greatest place of all time. Thank you, Duke. Thank you, Duke. Me too. Oh, wait, cool. Such a random ass habitat for it, though. Kirby, stop licking your mommy's legs. Diva is down. Pee-pee is up. So true. Wait a minute. I like that the squishy clay just looks like they've been shitting. You want fair enough, Duke. Ooh, I like giraffe rig. Flowers under a tree. We can do that. You need to use Graveler to roll faster. Yeah. Just because I'm kind of like inspecting things around and like checking in on stuff. I haven't been doing it. I kind of want to clear out the sand, but I don't want to clear out the like other stuff that isn't sand, you know? Oh, thank God. What is that? Oh, a folding chair? Exactly, Mama. She really does just swing that shit around. Nope. Cleaning out the house, cleaning out the house, making it a nice place to live again someday for someone. Sorry, Spooky. I too swing that shit around, as you should. As you should. God, I forgot his ugly ass was here. Ugh! Everyone else is so cute! Mama, I'm so excited! I'm literally so excited. I've been looking forward to it. Oh, wait, yeah, when do you get here? This shit is all broken. Ooh, a fun item. 12. That's what I thought. That's what I... Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, so many things are happening. Don't talk to me. The audacity. Okay, Mama. Twitch clips made Kay scary. Who, me? I'm not scary. Yes, there is a premiere on the 13th. Spoilers, but actually, so I am not commentating that one, but that is because I am playing in that one. So, depending on how that day goes. Mama, I would love to. Would love to. You're like 7 feet tall. You're scary. Thank you, Bucket. He's about to be a champion. Pokemon are now returning to this town at an encouraging pace as well. Though I was still hoping to find some clue as to the whereabouts of the humans. Have you noticed anything of that sort? That big building? Yeah. Oh no, I was like, he doesn't say yeah. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. That building sure is hard to miss. Humans must have built that massive thing, right? Looks like it's in shambles now, but maybe we can explore it and, like, fix it up all nice and pretty. I bet that'd surprise the humans so much that they'd come back to check it out. You're not seriously suggesting we could rebuild that enormous building with only Pokemon to help? Do you really think it's possible? Of course I think it's possible. You got me and Kay. If we get everyone else to help out too, it'll be a piece of cake. So confident. Okay, maybe I'm overpromising a bit, calling it a piece of cake, but I do think we can get it done if we all work together. Well, there's no doubt such a huge building would stand out if we were able to properly rebuild it. I suppose it is possible that humans might notice and come back. Even apart from that, if we Pokemon really could rebuild such a thing all on our own, wouldn't that be exciting? See, Professor, you get it. Big buildings are awesome. Well then, I say, let's do it. Let's all work together and rebuild that thing. That's what I like to hear. Well then, come on. Let's go see what we've got to work with. To the building. Come, Kay. Let's follow Tink Master. That's cool. I'm gonna do this.
A bit for every apple tall bucket is paid for height.
Oh my god, Chiru! Chiru, wait a minute. 10 apples tall. Wait. 25 of those, 25 of those. Okay. Oh god, I have to go talk to this guy so I can make that go away. Amy! Oh my gosh! Hello! Hello! How was your raid? Hi! Happy Pride! Happy June! Hello! Oh my goodness, welcome in everyone. Hi Raiders. How are you doing? How was your stream? What were you getting up to? How gay on a scale of 1 to 10 are you feeling? Huge important questions. Y'all, if you are not following the wonderful Amy sometimes, be sure to go drop her a follow. We love Amy in this house. Just the biggest fans that we could possibly be. A 20? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. A crazy game got the Yuri Nun in scene, so I think that is a win for Pride Month. 100%. Seems like you got yourself a concrete mixture all ready to go. Yeah, all you gotta do is put some limestone in the mixture and take me over to it. That'll whip you up some concrete in no time fast. Okay. Sure. Because the audio doubled up when I was editing Ninetales stream, so you screams. No, I'm sorry. Oh no. A gay nun love story, or as I like to call it, a nun love story. You know that they're all gay. Like there's no way that these women aren't a majority lesbian, right? Like they're right. There's no way. That's what I was saying. Thank you. Thank you. It's like, oh yeah, is it really easy to vow to not have sex with a man ever? Is that really easy for you? And just stay in the company of women forever? Does that sound appealing to you? To be fair, as a bisexual woman, I'm like, wait a minute. They might be cooking. Why can't I access that right now? What's closer to God than becoming a lesbian, really? I think you're asking some really important questions. Gay and ace and non-conforming all running away to be nuns and kiss each other. I mean, the Pope is woke now, so... To be fair, still some questionable opinions about homosexuality. But, what can you do? What can you do? Continue to be gay. really the solution. A trace of a Pokemon. With the gay invested in me. So true. Little baby. I don't know why they won't let me fast travel. Do they just want me to do this quest? I guess I'll go do it. Hey Kay, you're good at making paths and stuff, right? Do you think you could put down a nice path from here all the way to the building? I'm counting on you to help get me and the professor to that building. Yeah. Acceptable to ignore him and make your own Pope? Wait a minute. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. That sounds like an excellent idea. How do I make asphalt? That's asphalt, baby. You say lobster poke? Oh, I forgot I could do that. I'm very curious about if I can make asphalt. Do I have that recipe? Let's see. Any of this? I don't see it. Bubble print, cute. I don't think that I do. I'm gonna go see if there's a recipe for it here that I just didn't buy. Haha! Mmm, yes, yes, yes! The lobster god by helping one shed so it could get to a reasonably large size. I love free will. Really big fan of it. And I can make some. I'm gonna make 30. Probably won't need that many for this. Eldritch Flamingo, thank you so much for the follow. Okay. Let's go over here. Okay. We are going to place sand on the levels where, we don't want it. Okay. I don't want to waste perfectly good asphalt if I'm gonna be covering it up, you know? You hurt your shoulder running? That's not even what you're supposed to hurt while you're running. Damn it, Duke. Are you okay also? I'm sorry, did you hurt your shoulder? Okay, so that was dirt under there. Okay. I swear I have an actual plan here. Touch your legs before and after. I have to start stretching upper body too. I mean, clearly. Apparently. I am sorry that that happened. That sucks. Okay, put you there. Can you move? Did I see your sick ass reference? I didn't. Do you want to do it again so I don't miss it? I'm sorry I missed it. The people, after creating the lobster god, we wanted to create the world's strongest lobster. And we succeeded. That is a sick ass reference. So true. Thank you for bringing that to my... Oh, fuck. Oh. I'm genuinely real bummed about that. About that one. Oh, no. Although, you know what? I think I've miscalculated where these steps are meant to be. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Theoretically, should these all be... No, I don't think that I have. I don't think that I have. Why is there a void? So true. I fundamentally disagree that this should be the consequences of my actions. Okay. Okay. Let's start making this road. Shall we? Hi, Jonathan. I'm good. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Eventually, I'm gonna have to fix the rails on the side so that they match up with what we're doing here, you know? Imagine she just fell into the void right there. It's fine. I should hydrate. Thank you, Renee. Oh, you see that book down there? Can you get the hell out? Yep, well, had to know that was coming. Goodbye. Sorry to hear that, Jonathan. It's good to see you too. I'm sorry that you're having a hard time. Yeah, that probably will be needed. I imagine that eventually I will have tools that will make dealing with this void easier. For now, it's a little annoying. If we're confessing things. I thought I could spit it out below me. Jay. Excuse you. I'm back, by the way. No, I gathered that much. Yeah. Message received. You love me, you gotta put up with it? Yeah, I know. It's an honor to put up with, truly. Aw, cute, Lord Goo Goo. Very cute. Okay. 4 more months and you're stuck with me for life? Why is that not the case now? What do you mean? If y'all keep getting in my damn way, you're gonna keep falling into the void. That is just the reality of the situation. That is just going to be the case. Oops, I didn't have to mean to build it up that much. Tinkaton is in a hell of Kay's making. Of my making? She could choose to move. And yet, you know? Yeah, we're on the right level at least. Now we can just go straight across. Yes, yes. At some point, I'll fix up the railings. Make that a little nicer. Bye! And then, he had it coming, alright? He only had himself to blame. Okay. Eventually, we'll get this all back where it's meant to be. I know, right, Duke? Oh, now I miss Augie. No. Miss my friend Augie. Y'all can navigate that, right? This game is so awesome looking. It's been very cute and very fun. Heck yeah, we made it! I knew I could count on you, Kay. Now then, let's have a look inside this building. Somebody, listen. It can be both. Well, this still looks nice. Ugh. It's legitimately shocking this game is this good. I agree. I have had very low expectations for Pokemon games as of late. And you know what? Damn it. This one's good. This building is so big! Seeing it up close is a completely different experience. And you truly think we can rebuild this gigantic thing? That's what we're about to find out. I gotta go scope out the inside. Huh. In that case, it might be wise for Kay to go along too. I'll stand and watch you from here. Sounds good. Come on then, Kay. Follow me. Did you say Sandy Yacht? Let's scope out the second floor. Yeah, alright. Alright. Well, could be better. Could be better. Ooh. Abra. Very interesting. Very interesting. This will be fun to fix and repair. This is gonna be a project and a half. Wonder if this is all like stuff I'm gonna have to do manually, or if it's one that we can like restore as part of the plot. Ooh, free. Thanks for the tip. So this is the second floor, huh? I wonder what the humans even did here. Maybe they weren't here. Oh, I see. In that case, maybe I just gotta... And then I could... Okay, I've got some ideas. Come on, let's go check out the third floor. I am gonna stream the PlayStation Direct. Yeah. Yeah, well, by the way, those of you who weren't here when we were talking about it, tomorrow at 2 PST, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, there is a PlayStation Presents, and we're going to be streaming it and reacting to it. Well, this is fun. And Jay doesn't work tomorrow? Let's fucking go! Let's go! So, this is the third floor, huh? What do you think, Kay? I'm kinda hungry. I am kinda hungry. Huh? Now that you mention it, I'm a bit hungry too. Hold on, I've gotten an idea. I think I know what we should do with this floor. Anyway, last but not least, let's scope out the 4th floor. You work tomorrow? No! The secret of Timar's warehouse. Of course I can't spill the beans, but I can spill some of them. Oh, spill all the beans, excuse me. You probably heard the rumors about having all the humans evacuate into outer space. Well, our boss tells me that the rumors are true, but apparently they don't want Team R doing bad stuff in outer space, so they's gonna split us up and send us to different areas. Not cool, people. I can't be the only one who thinks that's not cool, but our boss has us covered. Turns out that the warehouse is actually Team R's secret weapon for getting us into outer space together. I cried happy tears. Our boss rules. How are we gonna get to outer space on our own, you ask? Well, I can't tell you that. Punishment for telling Kay she missed a spot? Okay, I thought I could get that, but apparently not. Apparently not. Oh, the 4th floor has a kind of... that is not your voice. The 4th floor has a kind of luxurious vibe, don't you think? How do you think we should fix this floor up, Kay? Make it fancy. Oh, I get what you're saying. I like it. All right, I've got a good idea for how to polish this place up. Thanks for the input, Kay. I think we've seen everything we need to, so let's head back down. I like that I could also have read that as let's polish this place right up, as in let's make it more like Poland. And I, you know what, I actually like that reading of the lines, certainly. No way! No way! All the cutest cuties ever are over here. Is there anything that I have to make sure that I get from this area before we do the fix-up mission? Like, does anything disappear, I wonder? Well, this is interesting. Certainly very interesting. We'll put more consonants in this place. True. We're gonna make CD Projekt Red's headquarters so they can work on The Witcher 15. Oh, I see this place. Blap. Oh, so yous want me to repair this? Yous want me to... I don't know that I have a piece that is like this. I think that part of the issue with it, Lord Gugu, I mean, as someone who grew up reading Harry Potter and everything, is that it is difficult to separate the art from the artist when they're still living and profiting from it, you know? And like actively harming communities, you know? Again, it's complicated, and I think it's hard, especially like having loved something, right? But you know, again, actively harming a group of people. Literally, Jay. Is there a workbench? You better workbench. It feels like there should be a workbench over here, right? because I want to see if I can craft. Let's get the. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say there has to be something. Let's get this place humid. Hey, Mash, welcome in. How are you? Can I make one of these little concrete? It's not that. Hold on. Let me. Ooh. I forgot who it was who gave me the camera advice. Stone flooring, but that is so helpful. Humid AF. Let's go. Stone flooring. There we go. Yeah. I'm in the desert, but trying to stay humid for sure. For sure. Doing my best. I see. Yeah, there we go. Birdsong garden habitat. Thank you for that advice. Honestly, very helpful. Dry and hot today, but you're moist anyway. Let's go. I've been running the heck out of my humidifier as of late. All right, scope out complete. Oh, so what's your conclusion? Do you think we can rebuild this building? You bet. I got a good idea for how we can pull it off. Gonna need a lot of materials though, and help from all your Pokemon friends. Understood. How can I start helping? Give me just one sec. Ugh. Just take a look at this building kit. It'll show you everything we need. To start with, we're gonna need all these materials. Think I'll count on you to get them, Kay? Alright, well, I need more concrete. I needed to get glass anyways. I needed to get Pokemon metal anyways. We'll go make more concrete. To fix up the building, we're gonna need lots of different materials. You might have some luck finding what we need on the islands in this town, so I'd start by exploring those. I mean, that is fair enough. And I think that it's something that everyone struggles a little bit with and navigating and seeing, like, you know, not wanting to do harm, that kind of thing. If that doesn't get you everything you need, then your best bet would be heading back to other towns and seeing what you can find there. And hey, if you happen to bring some Pokemon willing to help with building, I won't complain. Once we've got all the materials we need and a good crew of Pokemon, we'll be ready to start. Just say the word. Yes, and then this building's restoration will finally begin. But you don't need an oldster like me getting in your way, so I'll head back to the Pokemon Center. I look forward to seeing this building completed, Kay and Tink Master. That is true, Mash. It is very concerning to be aware of the reality of things and trying to figure out how the hell to hello, to navigate the world and do as little harm as possible. This is rough, honestly. Ooh, let's go! More ingots! That doesn't seem to go anywhere. Gotta put Mr. Mime down here. Fortunately, I haven't had Mr. Mime move in anywhere. I did find one of his habitats, though. No, I didn't. I don't want to climb down. I want to close this. Oh, okay. Well, finally I got an option to close it. And then I done did fell in. There we go. Let's see then. Can I make 2 of those? Good night, Mama. Thank you so much for being here. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Okay, keeping an eye out for... I don't remember what the picture of it looked like, and I also don't know if I have the materials to build. Oh, there it is, there it is. We need more... Okay, in general, I need more concrete. Follow me. Ooh. 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 Okay. A city den kit? Wow. Okay, actually... We've got a lot of concrete. What do I need to put in here? I don't remember. I don't remember the thing that I'm supposed to limestone, right. Thank you. Which, you know, you can go ahead and go. Right. I probably have enough for what I'm doing right now. Yes. Oh, hey, Ditto. I wanted to talk to you about something. I really like to fly around while the sun's out, but I always oversleep because I'm so bad at waking up early. I heard those alarm clock things the humans used help you wake up early, so could you bring me 5 alarm clocks, Ditto? 5? Yeah, you know, just to be safe. With 5 alarm clocks, I'll definitely, probably, maybe be able to wake up early. Actually, when I was flying over by the Pokemon Center, I think I heard a weird noise coming from the cave on the backside of the island. You think that could have been an alarm clock? I'm too big, so I couldn't fit inside the cave, but I bet you could use Glide to get in. You should go look for it. I was over near a waterfall. Okay. That's a lot of alarm clocks, my guy. Oh, Ditto dear, I've got your paper already. Ooh. Ooh. I would like you to make more paper, please. Keep making paper. Thank you so much. Okay, so you're just producing garbage. Great. Sick. Okay. Are you still following me? Go away. Do you mean that waterfall, Dragonite? Or do you mean like a different one? You mean like over there? I am honestly, truly not sure. But I don't hear anything weird, so maybe it's not this? Or maybe it is this. This is a cave with a waterfall. Ruby screaming. I heard her making her little dream noises. Very cute. He's over there sweeping. Okay, this is an odd area, isn't it? Oh. Oh god. Whoa! Whoa, what is this? In a most unfortunate turn of events, Pokélife never received a chance to be put to use. The drastic deterioration of the global environment continues, and the plan to evacuate all of humanity into space has finally been put into action. Efforts have begun to gather as many Pokémon as possible from all over the world and send them into the Pokémon Center system for safekeeping. I was unable to make my dream a reality, but there is at least one silver lining in all of this. Even after we humans leave the planet, the Pokémon Center system will remain active in order to keep all of the Pokémon inside safe. The system will also keep a record of environmental data around each Pokémon Center. The framework we developed for Pokélife will be used for this. The recorded data will be analyzed by research teams set to return from space at regular intervals. They say this is how we will determine when it's safe for all of humanity to return to the planet together. My time here is short. I must soon go to space myself. My new dream will be of the day when humans and Pokemon can once again live together on this planet. It's not my birthday! Yeah, I'm gonna take all of this. I will be stealing all of this stuff. I'm gonna steal this. Yeah, I'm gonna steal that. Gooby, I fear that might be what I do. Oh my god, V. Nintendo, I cannot say that I know that particular artist, no. What an odd little place. Oh, I don't think I was supposed to get here this way. Considering, I think I was probably supposed to break these. Very 2000 inspired, so it's nostalgic feeling. Ooh, or sounding. That sounds cool. I do like that kind of vibe. What do you mean? Oh god. Well, at least there's a ladder. Spooky, what do you mean? What do you mean you're raiding? Kaycreigh? No, I gathered that much, yeah. Okay, this is a funky little... Is that a Gardevoir? Is that a motherfucking Gardevoir over there? Hang on, Diva. I just have to make sure I thoroughly explored in here. Give me 2 seconds. I will be with you momentarily. Hey, this is where I came from. This seems... fine. Thank you, Spooky. Okay. Okay. Let's go over here. Whee! This looks like apartment buildings of some kind. Why, hello there. I sensed a visitor, but I wasn't expecting one as adorable as you. Me? Adorable? Oh, you're building towns with the help of other Pokemon in the hope that humans may return someday? What a wonderful sentiment. You'll find this island is filled with furniture and other items left behind by humans. Feel free to take them. They might be of use to you. You know, I sense something within you. A strange, mystical power. Actually, would you mind accompanying me for a while? I'd like to show you an interesting spot on this island. I have a feeling you may find it useful. It's right this way. Okay. Hang on, let me get this first. There's lots of furniture around here. Oh, Snivy. Okay. Bro, where'd you go? Companies involved in the space exploration industry are at each other's throats these days. I'm feeling the pain of it myself as I've been put in charge of caring for some Porygon 2 meant for planetary exploration. That's a lot of work! Today, one of the 3 Porygon 2s seems unwell. I ordered a patch that sounded effective and applied it, so I hope it will feel better tomorrow. I love Porygon 2. I love him. Flatten this whole area except for the water wheel and the gym. Oh! I mean, to be fair, it kind of seems like that's what you're supposed to do. She was like, why don't you just pillage this entire area? Take everything. You think they used the dubious disc? Oh no. A recipe for an office chair. The unknown ore discovered in my hometown's bedrock possesses the positive qualities of multiple existing ores. Perhaps it's not a single type of ore, but rather a mix of more than one. It would be a challenge to perform sufficient experimentation with just the sample I managed to bring here, but I sense some great potential. Okay. The heck is this? Okay. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. It's just a CD. Feed these nuts. Like, you think you just killed your Pokemon? Yeah, there are some that for sure it's like, no, I don't know about that. There are lots of poles. In order to escape the disaster, humanity would temporarily take refuge in space while Pokemon would be safely stored in a computer system. This was the general overview of the plan, but no computer system will keep running forever. The Foundation planned to send a select few members back to the planet at regular intervals to perform ongoing maintenance. But for humanity to survive in space for any length of time, it would take a tremendous amount of energy. I calculated that even a slight deviation from the original plan would result in insufficient energy to return, leaving humankind stranded in space for dozens or even hundreds of years. If that happened, the essential system protecting the Pokemon would eventually cease to function. So I decided to add a little touch of my own to the system's programming. First, it will continuously check the weather data across the globe in search of environments that can prove even slightly habitable to Pokemon. Next, if maintenance is not performed for a long period of time and the system begins to approach its limits, it will release the Pokemon most suited to these environments. Oh! Of course, ideally humans will return someday and live alongside Pokemon once more. But on the off chance humanity never returns from space, I think releasing the Pokemon into a wild world rather than leaving them asleep in a computer would be a happier outcome. It may sound strange coming from the program's creator, but I hope it never has to run. Oh. Well, I think we're getting a lot of answers here today. I think we're learning a lot of things. Ooh, I can get this place up and running right now! Check this out! Let me out of here! I think that is the implication in Tindom, unless it's like specifically that they reprogrammed it for this particular thing. I don't know. The price of vegetables has really gone up here in Viridian City since there's been so little rain this year. Are things okay where you are, Douglas? I hope all that electricity in your city is making life a little easier over there. Anyway, if you ever need help, just let me know and I'll send you some vegetables. Love, Mom. There's a lot of stuff that we just left on the ground here. This is fun. This seems like an interesting place. Sabrina sets sights on big screen. Oh. Oh, shoot. Is this Sabrina's gym? Gym leader Sabrina of the Saffron City Gym is set to make her silver screen debut at last. She will appear in a new movie produced by the Unova Region's PokeStar Studios. Details about her role have not yet been released, but expectations are high among Sabrina's fans, who hope to see her as the lead. Bye, Buckets! Thank you for hanging out! Wait, I want to wear this outfit. This is cute! I want to wear this Sabrina outfit. Whoa, there is a lot down. Whoa! Oh. You got noodles? Oh, noodles sound good. What the hell is this? That shit is seared into your brain. To be fair, that was a good cosplay. That was a good one. They got hamburger steak down here? When I go senile, that's all I'm gonna be muttering. Oh my god. Oops. It has been a little bit since I did a cosplay, and I do like it. I just haven't I haven't really thought about it in a while. I don't know who I would cosplay or when I would do it. What is all this? The Aerith cosplay? I did like the Aerith cosplay. No, not Ditto. Thanks, Spooky. Because you'll play Brain Age every day on your Nintendo 3DS. You know what? Yeah. Have Illustrials show you Athena early and you cosplay her during Snowshade reveals? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. At the Illustrials team, Yennefer for Witcher 3? I would love to do a Yennefer cosplay. I would love to do that. I'm sure that they have like pre-made outfits because I have no skill in terms of like being able to make them. But I would look at getting one. Waitingly. Oh, was this the cave that I was supposed to find in the first place? For the alarm clock thing? Is the implication here that Sabrina was up to some shit? I'd pay a financially crippling amount of money. No, don't bankrupt yourself. You're so sexy. Aha. There's a cave beneath this building that has piqued my interest. I sense a powerful aura coming from deep within. I've been hesitant to venture in by myself. Would you be willing to explore it with me? Sure thing. In the manga, Sabrina was part of... Oh. Why, thank you. Let's be off then. Oh, really, Suki? That sounds cute. If that is still the case, first we'll need to block off the source of water. Yeah. Let's be on our way then. Wah! Where that water coming from? From here? Oh, we're supposed to make pipes. What if I just put some freaking sand here, though? Nope, that doesn't seem to be stopping it. Oh, there we go. By George, she's done it! Look, Ditto. I'm certain those ore deposits are the source of the powerful aura I sense. Oh, that's why the steak was here, because she wants me to beat this shit up. So that aura was coming from this Pokemetal fragment? This aura is quite rare, you know. Thank you for joining me on this adventure and indulging my curiosity, Ditto. If you take some Pokemetal fragments with you, I'm certain you'll find a use for them. Though deposits of this ore are known to be quite hard, I doubt you'll manage to smash them with ease. There must be some way to extract it, surely. Yeah. What's this? You want to eat hamburger steak? What an unexpected response. Now that you mention it, I'm quite sure I smelled hamburger steak in this area earlier. Or did I imagine it? No, I got it, girl. I already picked it up. Okay, I'm gonna start with all the ones that are kind of standing alone before I start really digging into the actual, like, structure of this place. I think I'm probably gonna have to get over the hesitation to destroy things in this game. I feel like I'm gonna have to really just mine the hell out of stuff and just be okay with that. $2,000 for a handmade custom cosplay. Worth? My god. Jay, they're gonna have to put you down. How much of this am I supposed to break? How much does she want? I don't know. I don't know. All of it? My god. Oh, a rare one. Well, I'll be good goddamned. Oh god, there's more, Lord Gugu? I thought it was, like, resolved. That's kind of crazy that it's still going. I got another rare fragment. Yay! Wow. Good for me. Oops, I did not mean to pick this up. I'll put it there. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, is this enough? Look at you. I should have known you'd have no trouble getting your hands on some Pokemetal fragments. You continue to amaze me, Ditto. If you melt those in a smelting furnace to make ingots, you should be able to craft all kinds of tools and items. I'm so pleased I was able to help you. Yeah, me too. Okay, also, hate to end very quickly, but I'm starting to get a migraine again. I don't know why this continues to happen. So I'm gonna just end before it gets bad, and I'm gonna go lay down. But thank you all so much for being here. Tomorrow, the aim is to be live for the PlayStation Presents, PlayStation State of Play, I think is what they call them, which is at 2 p.m. PST, so it'll be an early stream tomorrow. But thank you all so much for being here, and I appreciate you all. Sorry to end early, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna go drink water, and I'm gonna go